Hello friends, now in this video lecture we are going to discuss mechanical properties in the plastic range, linear, non-linear properties, etc. Now these properties under this category, they do not obey basically Hooke's law, because you know that Hooke's law is obeyed within the elastic limit. And now in this lecture we are going to discuss mechanical properties in the plastic range. Beyond the elastic limit, okay, we have to discuss the properties. Yield strength, offset yield strength, ductility, ultimate tensile strength, toughness and fracture strength. So what is yield strength? So it is defined as the stress required to produce a small or specified amount of deformation. So what is the yield strength? It is the average stress at the lower yield point divided by original cross sectional area. See this diagram. So from this diagram I will show you. So this is the lower yield point. So at this point C is the lower yield point. So at this point, what is the strength or what is the stress, average stress divided by original cross sectional area? So it is known as yield stress. Okay. Now it is very important value for using engineering structural design, since it is the value at which the metal or alloy shows significant plastic deformation, means considerable plastic deformation. In view at which plastic deformation starts, the lower yield point is a better measure and used in structural engineering. Offset yield strength. Most of the non-ferrous materials, they have high strength. Okay, steels and softer materials do not possess a well-defined yield point. For such materials, yield strength is determined by the offset method, and strength is obtained by this method is known as offset yield strength or proof stress. Now just see here what is done here. Now generally, see, we consider 0.2% offset for harder materials, 0.1% offset for less harder materials, 0.05% offset for softer materials. A plastic strain of 0.2% offset is recommended by BIS, Bureau of International Standard. Now you just see 0.2% is nothing but 0.2 divided by 100, and it is nothing but 0.002. So here what we do, here we draw the x and y axis. Okay, along the y axis we consider stress, along x axis we consider strain. So here from this approximately, here we locate 0.001, 0.002. You just imagine the particular distance and you repeat the same distance everywhere, and you write 0.001, 0.002, 0.003, etc. So what you do, from this point O you draw one curve here. So on this curve it is very difficult to locate exactly the yield point. So what we do, so from this point 0 we just locate 0.002. Okay, then what we do, so through this point O we draw one tangent. You just draw the tangent. Then the next point, through this point you draw one parallel line, dotted parallel line to this tangent. Okay, so now this dotted line cuts this curve at the point M. Now from the point M, draw one line on the stress axis. Okay, so this is the supposed to be the yield point. So in this method, the offset, see, you see, now this is the offset, and therefore it is known as offset yield strength method. Okay, ductility. What is the ductility? It is the ability of the material to undergo plastic deformation under tensile load without the fracture. How much material stretches, okay, before the fracture. So that ability of the material to undergo plastic deformation. So it is the property of the material by virtue of which it can be drawn into wires. The amount of ductility is an important factor when considering forming operations such as rocking, okay, extrusion, etc. Ductility is measured by percentage elongation or percentage reduction in area before rupture of the specimen takes place, before fracture of the specimen takes place. Now this is the formula. Percentage elongation means increase in length divided by original length into 100. That means final length LF minus original length LO divided by original length into 100. So in case of percentage reduction in cross sectional area, how we calculate? Original area minus final area divided by original area into 100. See why here original area is considered first? Because after the stretching or after the deformation, its cross sectional area will be decreased, and therefore always original cross sectional area will be greater than the deformed specimen cross sectional area. Okay, so by using this formula we can calculate the percentage elongation and percentage reduction. Ductility we can calculate. Ultimate tensile strength, it is defined as the maximum stress sustained by the material without the fracture. It is given by the relation ultimate load divided by original cross sectional area. Now I will show you in this graph. Now you just see here, D is the point. If you consider this curve, D is the point on this curve at which the stress is maximum, and therefore at the point D, the value of the stress is known as ultimate tensile strength or ultimate stress. Both meaning is same. Now you see here the particular one example is given here for the aluminum alloy. Okay, so the ultimate tensile strength is, you see here, 600, means maximum stress. If you consider this curve, so on this curve at this point the stress is maximum. So if you draw one line on the stress axis, so the value is 600 megapascal. Okay, so toughness, it is the ability of the material to withstand both plastic and elastic deformation. It is the measure of the energy a material can absorb before it fractures. It is given by the area under the stress strain curve. That means from this point you start loading the material. So this is up to elastic limit. So beyond the elastic limit, the material goes on under deformation under the application of the load, and at this point the material breaks or fractures. So area under this curve, so this is the area under this curve. So this area is nothing but toughness. Okay, so in the next video we discuss linear and non-linear elastic behavior. Thank you.